They don't like that party. Time is right. Watching Jupiter come over the horizon. Over the tree line, I should say. See Jupiter? Nice and cool out here tonight. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Wasn't anything on TV. I woke up. I thought I'll come out here and do a chat for a little while. Yeah, it's cool. I'm in Crawfordville, Georgia, out on the front porch. Excuse me. Yeah, it's nice out here. Yeah, up late. Yeah, I'm basically a nighttime guy. When we get this new maintenance shed built, I'll be able to work on stuff at night. Keep it in shape. Like tonight, I cleaned up the skid steer and the zero-turn motor, but I don't like doing it outside the pressure washer. Can't see that good. It's getting dark early. Hey, Penny, how you doing? You wouldn't believe how expensive it is to get parts and filters and stuff for this construction equipment. I mean, like, it's crazy. I was talking to the girl at the uh, dealership today, John Deere dealership. On some of those bigger tractors, a filter is $4,000. It's crazy. Yeah, I was in bed, and then I woke up, and then there's nothing on TV. So I thought I'll come out here take a look around and see Jupiter rising above the tree line. That was like 16 hours of rain and thunderstorms we got. There's a turboprop flying over. You can hear it. Marty's going to Chicago Monday. I got to change this plate on the skid steer. This is no big deal. Yeah, it rained. It rained big time here. That's the most rain since I've been down here. There's that turboprop. See his light blinking? It's probably 20,000 feet. Oh, I bet you do, Penny. Yeah. I'll tell you what's surprising is I drive around this F450. It's a dually, and there's a couple places going back to the pond where you would think that weighs about 9,000 pounds, which is heavy. And it's got good tires on it, and you would be surprised at the relatively slight incline when it's a little wet, like it was today. That damn thing does not want to go up the hill. Those rear tires will spin like hell. And the minute I click it into four-wheel drive low, it goes up there like it's nothing. It just goes to show you the difference between two-wheel and four-wheel drive. Now, that's where all the weight's at. That diesel engine in these F450s is heavy as hell. But it goes up it like it's nothing. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's nuts, man. You would think it'd just power its way up those hills. There's like 3 of them. One's kind of steep, but the other 2 are no big deal at all. And the minute, I'd say it's probably a 6% incline. Those will start spinning. Yeah. And then it'll dig itself down to the middle of the tire, no problem. I mean, as soon as I see those tires or hear those tires slipping, I put it in four-wheel low. Yeah, I was surprised too. There's a lot of things, I've learned on this stuff that really surprise you. I've learned a lot with this equipment. Different tricks and on not to bang things up. And yeah, definitely a lot of less rear, but it's still a heavy ass truck. You think they're, with four tires on the ground and all that low end torque, that it would do better than it does. There's a guy down at that four-way intersection that I always tell you guys when you visit, you should stop. He's going to open up a mechanic place there, oil changes and stuff. Really nice guy. He's a home remodeler. We almost bought that building and then didn't because got a lot of irons in the fire. And hell of a nice guy. And anyway, there's a relatively decent-looking car on the side that sits in the grass. So I stopped by there today to say hello to him. It's like, hey, he owns 40 acres, including that building, which I didn't know. And he rents to a Wilkes County sheriff, which is the county northeast of us. And I said, hey, it's none of my business, but what's the deal on that car here, man? He said, you wouldn't believe it. He said, I had Mike run the registration on it, and I got a hold of the lien holder on it, and this was dropped off about 5 years ago when this was a maintenance facility, and the people got the quote for a head gasket, and it was too much money, and they never came back to get it. And like $1,900 is still owed on it. This guy's like a super nice guy, so he actually made it a point, got a hold of the lien holder and said, hey, you got this car here, and they said, we were looking for it. We never knew what happened to it. And he said, well, you're welcome to come and get it if you want. And it's like, well, what do we owe you for storage? He said, nothing. You can have it, man. It's no big deal. That's how people are down here, really helpful and friendly. And it's kind of interesting that here this has been sitting and nobody knew where it was at. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, crazy. I've been reading a lot about this skid steer, this 333, which is the biggest skid steer that John Deere makes. You wouldn't believe how much bullshit is to these things, man. This isn't like a car or a motorcycle or something with an engine that you just get in and off you go, and when you feel like changing the oil, you do. There is so much shit to learn. There's way more stuff to learn than any airplane I ever owned. And if you look at the back, like of a 333G, the one we have, it looks like they poured the engine in like Jello and then it got hard. There isn't a half inch of clearance anywhere. Everything is crammed in there, and it weighs all 9,000 pounds. With mulching attachment, it's almost 13,000. And I was just looking at different things, and it's just a pain in the ass to work on or even do basic maintenance. I can't figure out a good home design either. I'm not that interested in it, to tell you the truth. Wish I could just build my place to live inside the maintenance building we're going to build, on the other side of it. Gee, that's Jupiter coming over the tree line right now. Yep. Yep. Jupiter. Hell no. None. Zero. You got to go up to Athens for that. I was there a couple days ago, University of Georgia. There's nobody here anyway. Just a very rural place. How you doing, ICU? Supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow. I debated whether or not to get a P.O. box, but finally the straw that broke the camel's back was I just didn't want a mail lady to like have to deal with my book orders. So I think I'm going to get a P.O. box. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah, good idea. Yeah, good job. Did you block him or just delete his comment? If his channel is just block, get rid of him for good. Oh, good, thanks. Yeah, good job. I texted Salty Girl this morning. She wasn't doing too bad, and then I texted her again later, and I didn't hear from her. So hopefully she hasn't gotten worse. I got about 108 acres of grass I'm going to cut next week. Believe it or not, I can get it done in about 18 hours. We're debating whether or not to sell the skid steer. I just don't think you can have a $20,000 repair any day. And if you burn up an engine, which does happen, using the front mulcher we have, 45 grand. Yeah, Daisy's back to, I'd say she's 100%. Yeah. Yep. Who's that, Penny? Probably a little late for the Eternal Doorman to come on. I sent him some money, and he sent me an email, and he said that he can't have access to it for like 4 or 5 weeks or something like that. Poor Ed. Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, he got rid of him anyway, so that's good. Good job, ICU. Yeah. Yep. I still got to go up to Michigan and like drag that shit out of that condo, put it up for sale. Just dreading it. I don't feel like it at all. It's 1,000 miles up there. I got to pack up all that shit. Yeah, 1,000 miles. You know, if you're motivated, it's no big deal. You know, when you're 20 years old and your girlfriend's on the other end, no problem. Hey, Rita, how you doing? I am going to get back into bees, but not to sell honey. More do some hybrid queens and that kind of thing. I'll get into it next spring. I'm not so sure how this place is going to be for for bees. I mean, for my purpose, it'll probably be okay because I'm not really into it for the honey, but there's not that much stuff around. I don't know what they would try to, where they would go for pollen. Not a lot of clover, not a lot of wildflowers. Excuse me, I'm sure there are trees, but I'm not sure which ones. Yeah, I could have done that, Sharon, but I don't want them messing up my books. I don't want them messing up my books, to tell you the truth. And, you know, some of them are like outdated, like maybe old software books and that kind of thing. And people are so nice down here, it's unbelievable. I'll give you an example. I went down to the post office and I talked to the postmaster. She's a sweet lady. And I said I was kind of on the fence. And then she, as it turns out, my mail would come from Union Point, but it'd be a Crawfordville mailing address, which meant if they tried to deliver something and I wasn't home, I'd have to drive 10 miles to go get it. And then I thought, well, what if I get stuff that requires a signature? But really, the final thing, I talked to the carrier, and she said I could get mail delivered here. But then I thought, man, I just don't want to make this lady go through this kind of bullshit with my book orders. So I think I'm going to go down and get the P.O. box tomorrow. Hey, Angie. That's what I say, Rita. Yeah. Hey, Luna. Yeah, I sent him some money. He can't have access to it for 5 weeks. I pressure washed this equipment today. It took me about 2 hours. You wouldn't believe how that mud packs in that skid steer. I thought that maybe the prior owners ran through concrete. It was unbelievable how hard it was to pressure it on. That's with the pressure washer rod right up against it. I'd have to keep it there for like 10 minutes to break this compacted dirt in there. Yeah, he's a character, isn't he, Penny? Yeah, Luna, I can, if you send me an email, I can forward it to you. Send me an email, I'll send it to you in the morning. Patty, I saw you guys were getting some crazy hot weather out there. Yeah, I'm not nuts. They're having record heat everywhere. East Coast, up north, down south, you name it. Yeah, hot, hot, yep. Yeah, record breaking, yeah. It's definitely, the earth is getting warmer for sure. Why? I'm not sure of that. Wow, 104. I was hit on a hitchhiking trip one time and got dropped off in Katy, Texas. I was like there for 2 days trying to get a ride out of that damn place, and I couldn't. They ended up paying a lady $25 to just like get me 100 miles away, just to like beat it out of there. I don't even see hitchhikers anymore. Do you guys ever see any of them? Oh, is it Penny? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't feel too good yesterday. Tell you the truth, I didn't feel too good, and I didn't feel that great today. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know what I got. Thought I had COVID again. It's exactly how it came on Marty. He went and got tested yesterday and negative, thank God, or I would have thought that I had it. Hey, Faye. I had some great times hitchhiking. I like anything. You look back at the positive things. I hitchhiked, rode freight trains all over. It was so fun. Well, I reminisce as it's fun, but it was not always that fun. I ended up just putting him outside because I was heading down here and I couldn't babysit him any longer. I'm sure they hatched and it did fine. Praying mantises are actually non-indigenous. It's a mixed bag on whether or not you should support them or not. Two kinds, Chinese and one's from England. They do good and they do bad. All sorts of stuff's not indigenous. When it's something that people don't like a praying mantis, they get all crazy about it. When it's something they like a palm tree in Georgia or a rooster in Michigan, uh, uh, or a ringneck pheasant, or a wild turkey, then they don't mind it. Yeah, I know what you mean, Angie. Yeah. This property around here is really starting to go up. This reminds me of Florida when I moved down there. I never thought it would go up that much, but got lucky, I guess. I put a bid on 300 acres that's close to here, but I didn't get it. About 80% of it has been clear cut, which looks like shit. You need to do a lot. When I was thinking about doing it, just clearing the rest of it, and then just planting corn till the property went up. I see this place really exploding in the next 20 years. I mean, I don't think I'll really benefit from it that much, but I think it's a good investment. Yeah, I like it down here. It's like, it's a big getting used to period. I can tell you that. Oh, no kid, Benny. Yeah, not much going on down here. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I was ready for sitting on a porch and listening to bugs at night, but I guess I am. Here I am. I kind of look forward to it. Oh, really? What's the deal on that, Angie? Are you upside down in it, or you're wondering if it's going to sell or what? Yeah. I think this bubble's going to burst pretty soon, which is why I filed for divorce. I mean, I couldn't have helped her out more. I even got her financing for what would have cost her to pay me off, and she didn't call me back. I'll tell you a good business. I wouldn't really want to do it, but I would if I had to. And that is doing mobile heavy equipment maintenance. It's complicated to do this shit. It is not like a lube, oil, and filter. Seriously. I bet I'll have 100 hours into figuring the skidster out to really know what the hell I'm doing, much less work on it. That's a lot of time. You can get your pilot's license in 40 hours. But, most people don't want to mess with that shit. And if you could just go out there and do the maintenance on site, I bet you could really charge like crazy money, like $150 an hour or some shit like that. Yeah, we thought about a liquor store, but it's still a little rural. I was up in Crawford, not Crawfordville, on the way to Athens. There was a really nice brand new liquor store. Penny, what's the profit margin on liquor generally, the markup? Yeah, we thought about opening a liquor store, but then you got to get employees. And I'll give you an example. Like this guy I know, I mean, he makes like 3, 4, 5, 8 million on property deals, turns them in like 3 years. You know how long it'd take to make $8 million working a liquor store? You see what I mean? So I think there's a better opportunities. Not that a liquor store can't produce a good income, but when you get into this land shit and you have financing or you have some cash, it blows away anything else. You don't have employees. You go in there, you improve it, you split it up, you get it rezoned. No, I think I could get 150 an hour doing it on heavy equipment. No problem. Hey Rhonda, how you doing? No, working on cards. Now the guy that bought this place down the road a little while, he's a home remodeler. He thinks that he's going to open this place, hire 2 mechanics, and do well. I think he's in for a big surprise. Yeah, you might be right. Oh, for heavy equipment. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. All right, Lena. Good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Send me an email and I'll send you his PayPal. The wildlife down here is killer. I really enjoy it. The birds, especially. I was going to go check on the turkey vultures. They may have taken off by now. Yeah, I think you're right, Wanda. I put a dent below the door in this plate that's below the door in the skid steer the other day. I can get a new plate, brand new, for like $330 if I have to, but I'm going to try and get a used one. Just a piece of metal. Later, I'm going to take it off and see if I can get it bent straight. It didn't crinkle it, it just bent it in a little. You know, when you're using that mulching head, uh, there's been trees, and as you're grinding it, that sawdust sticks to the window and you can't see very good. And I just didn't see it. It fit right underneath the cutter head. And as I was going forward, there was a lot of power in that thing. I noticed that the door looked like it was opening. It's like, what the hell is this? Well, I bent the metal so the door doesn't seal all the way at the bottom. The sawdust from the mulching blows up through the door. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to take it out and see if I can get it bent with this press at this fabricating place. And if not, I'll just get a new one. Yeah, I'm going to, Penny, yeah. Storage units, yeah, you might be right about that. But you know, the guy that I'm living with down here, he told me that he knows people that have had those. And even though there's decent money in them, you're always chasing your money. You're always getting in their ass to pay their bill. They're always behind. I'm telling you, Rhonda, the money's in property. Buying like 200, 300 at a whack. 200, 300 acres at a whack. Yeah. Hey, waiting. How you doing? You know, I don't want something. I mean, the property thing's attractive because all you got to do is buy it, go in there and clean it up, split it up, or get it rezoned, and then start selling off the piece. Yeah. I mean, there's money in single lots and stuff like that, and I got lucky in Florida, but by and large, it's being able to swing 300 or 400 acres and then doing what I just said. Yeah, for most, yeah. I mean, the average guy, unless you got access to about $4 or $5 million, yeah, you can't do it. For a long time there, a lot of places wouldn't even give financing on undeveloped property. That's another thing I've noticed about these rich guys. The guy I'm living with plus his friends, they all have uh, private financing connections. They don't even need to go to a bank. They'll pay a point or two more for interest. They've got a good track record. They borrowed it before. So they don't even need to jump through that bank bullshit. Oh, really, Rhonda? Yeah, I believe that. Oh, 17 acres. Good for you. Yeah, undeveloped is a secret. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Penny, did you get some pretty good offers for that property? I mean, I expect a bust pretty soon, a bubble. Have you got some pretty good offers? Are you going to stay there and just keep like an acre or two for yourself? I mean, if you look at the national trends now, like property is inching downward, residential building and vacant lots. Oh, good for you. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, keep going up forever. I mean, it has its cap. Yeah, bust. Yeah, you got to watch it. Sure do. Yeah, West Branch is a good town. It's nice. Yeah, if the winters would have stayed the same, I probably wouldn't have made the move. Oh, good for you, Penny. Not all. Well, it depends what you're doing with it. It depends who your market is. If you're going to do development for houses, yeah, cleared. If you're going to be a hobby farmer, like kind of this place is set up, half of it is cleared, half of it is not. If you're going to be a farmer, you want it all cleared. But where you get the crazy money is for developments, commercial buildings or residential. Oh, 330? Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. That's more than it is here, Faye. Yeah. This is going for about 4,000 an acre now. Yeah, hunting and farmland, yeah. I mean, that property I bought in Florida, I bought 20 acres. It was 10,000 an acre in 93, and it's about 160 to 180,000 an acre now. It's crazy. Yeah, but if you hang on to it, you don't need to worry about capital gains. You just can't turn it over right away. You'd have to be out of your mind to pay that for property down there. I mean, I thought it was okay. The only reason I got that much is I was breeding parrots and I didn't want to have, neighbors right next to me. Yeah, it is, Betty. Especially when you realize that any time the bottom could drop out. Yeah, I got lucky too. Sure did. The place I have in West Branch is worth twice as much as what I paid. I mean, no big deal, but Only paid 75 grand for it. Well, I'd say, I mean, minus a crystal ball, you never know exactly when to sell. But I think right now, there was a time I had that Florida property. I couldn't have sold it for as much as I own on it. That was a long time ago, like 2006. But believe me, man, I was sweating it there for a while. Here I'm having cakes made with candles on them. Timing's everything. That's where you're fucked. When you're in this kind of market, unless you're gonna pay market rate for a place. I mean, it doesn't work that way. That's the problem with selling now, is you're gonna pay up the ass to get into another place. Angie, what's your problem? Why are you so worried about that? I mean, did you just buy it a bad time, or you can't afford to sell it, or what? Yeah, good idea, Penny. Yeah, yep. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Canada, you lucky dog. That's a good country to be from. When I was young, we would all go over to Canada, and you could drink at 18. They had really cool places where you could meet women and dance and stuff. And I always had this fantasy of meeting a girl from Canada. I just loved the area. I loved everything about it. Just never worked out. What don't you get, DeMonte? Oh, it is. Good, Angela. How you doing? Oh, are you, Angie? Yeah, you should be able to get out of that, though. I mean, interest rates are going up. You can always talk to my buddy down here. This guy is a damn magician when it comes to property. If you sent me an email, I could let you talk to him. This guy's an expert on all that shit. Oh, not enough money to upgrade? I mean, everything costs so much now. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, why are you paying so much mortgage rates, Angie? Because of the business place and your home as well? Yeah, financial stress will really drive you nuts. Oh, that'll do it, Penny. Yeah, you ought to put a bullet between their eyes. I used to shoot those goddamn raccoons by the garbage bag full when I was breeding parrots. The only problem is they're smart. You can wait up forever waiting for them after they know you're trying to kill them. It's almost like they got ESP. I'd take out those damn raccoons, so trap them, do whatever you can. They'll wipe you out of business when it comes to livestock. Hey Beth, how you doing? I swear to God, when I was breeding parrots, those fucking things would come through, and what they do once in a while, we'd have like a lot of babies, and we'd put a cage that wasn't up high, and we'd put it on like four metal stilts. And those goddamn raccoons would just shake that cage until the babies jumped off the perch, and then they'd land down on the bottom of the wire cage, and they'd tear their legs off. I told people I'd cooked them filet mignon if I knew they were coming. But I wiped those goddamn raccoons out every chance I got. I had a dog, a pit bull, that would tree him in a tree, and I'd shoot him out of the tree. I trapped him, poisoned him any fucking way I could. I killed those raccoons. Look at the moon coming up. Yeah, I mean, I hate to do it. I do. But when it comes to them affecting your livestock, I mean, that's where I draw the line. I really do. Boy, the moon looks gorgeous tonight. Yeah, it'd piss you off. You know, everybody wants to say, oh, you know, they're just trying to survive. Yeah, well, wait till they start hitting you in the pocketbook. Those fucking things that kill $10,000 worth of baby birds in 5 minutes. And when that started happening, it's like, fuck raccoons. Just partying. I went to bed and then I woke up and there was nothing on TV. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. I got all my shit done around here. Worked on this equipment, pressure washed it, cut the grass. I do have some grass I'm going to cut, but I'm going to wait till next week because I'm going to be here alone. Give me something to do. You got to watch those raccoons. So I've shot those goddamn things from about 6 inches away, right between the eyes with a hollow point, and they still almost bit me. They're badass, and those teeth are super sharp. Nah, I get it, Angie. Yeah, I know what you mean. You shouldn't be struggling like that. Oh, you're in bed, Beth? How you doing with that COVID bullshit? Oh, good, baby. Raccoons are smart, too. When they know you're after their ass, like you yell at them or you come outside and you scream, they may not come back for a month. You never know when they're going to attack. Yeah, it does suck, man. I mean, there was a time when I got that COVID bullshit, you know, I got it from my buddy. I thought, I wish I'd just die. I'd be able to skip all this bullshit. I wouldn't have to move my stuff from Michigan, build this new house. Really, I felt so goddamn shitty. Everything tasted bad. It's like, fuck. I mean, I was hoping for a while there I'd get worse, not better. That shit sucks, man. I can remember being when I was young and I thinking when you get the flu and I thought, God damn, glad I only had like 3 days of this. What if you felt like this all the time? Well, you get that fucking COVID, you'll feel like that all the time for a solid month. Oh, okay, Beth. You got retirement hours. I don't give a fuck. I'll sleep till 2 o'clock if I have to tomorrow. Like last night, we had some good thunderstorms. You know, I got some pretty good video. It wasn't through a live either. It was through my recording, which I've never had any static. But in that 20-minute recording, it's making this weird fucking noise. Pisses me off. I don't know why. Unless it was just some frequency where it was misinterpreting the sound of the rain on the metal roof wrong. Ticked me off, man. Look at that beautiful moon. Oh, well, Rhonda. Nah, you can tell a raccoon. They'll chase you. Put a bullet between their eyes, Faye. Another thing about raccoons is they'll decimate a bird population. They eat eggs, uh, baby birds, you name it. They're a menace. I worked at a wildlife rehab thing for a while, where you rehab stuff back together. and you got to fill out this bullshit. And I knew a lot about birds. They really didn't, so they really liked me, and I was kind of in charge of their bird program. And you filled out this paper when you went to work there, and it wanted to say what you were willing to do and what you were willing to not do. And I had had such a bad experience with raccoons. I just didn't want to work with the goddamn things. They were a pain in the ass. I knew what they did to wild bird populations. They weren't endangered. I mean, they're all over the goddamn place. And I put down on the thing, I don't want to mess with baby raccoons. And as I started doing the bird stuff, I think they figured out that I knew what I was doing. They really kind of like wanted me to be around there a lot. And then they were always losing staff. What happens is you get people that come in those places and they rehab a few baby deer. They get to touch a bunch of this shit. And then when it comes to the day-to-day responsibility of work, of cleaning cages and feeding them, the novelty wears off and they quit. And they said, well, they really needed someone to, help rear these raccoons. It's like, not doing it. Not doing that. I don't want to have anything to do with raccoons. Yeah, they're intelligent as hell, man. You really got to work to. If you think you're just going to sit on the porch and pick them off of the 22, you're not. They're fucking geniuses when it comes to knowing that they're about ready to get capped. And I really, even sometimes, like, there was one time I was coming into my driveway, and it was a mother and 4 babies, and I had a chance to run them over, and I just couldn't do it. I mean, I probably shot them a couple weeks later, but I just could not do it. I told you, we trap these goddamn carpenter bees here, which will ruin your damn house. And sometimes we just have these guilty attacks, it's fucking 95 degrees, goddamn bees in there, son of a bitch is dying, running out of food and water. We just feel guilty and we let them go. It's fucking nuts. That's the moon, Beth. That's the moon. Dewaujiak. Yeah, I'll get this place built. I'm about ready to turn into a total hermit. No kidding. I'm getting to know the manager of the dollar store here. She's having just like a hell of a time getting good help. No, that's the moon, Beth. Beth, you got to be bored out of your mind, aren't you? Oh, that shit's a bitch, man. The funny thing about it is, like, I was out and about the whole goddamn time. That damn COVID. I would have thought, I think I might have had it one time before, but what makes me think that I do is I felt like shit. And what makes me think that I didn't is I never lost my taste. So I don't know if I had it or not before, but I know this last time I had it. Felt like fucking shit, man. I think that's what it must feel like when you have AIDS or some shit. It's like, God damn, man, I hope I die in my sleep. As it turns out, the dollar stores are all corporate stores. They're not franchises. Dollar Generals are. The Dollar General's actually a little nicer, but I know the girls at the dollar store, so I stop there more often. So you probably had a mild case then, Beth. Yeah, but I don't want to fuck around in there, Penny. I don't want to have employees and, stocking shelves and all that shit. Yeah, I don't want that tiny home either. Beth, when you going back to work, do you know? Dancing moon. That's right, Beth. If it's clear out, you ought to be able to see this moon, Beth, out there. Oh, that's good. You know, you work for an Indian, don't you, Beth? Or Penny? Why, Beth? You know, the Indians own all the liquor stores down here, too. Yeah, because they own them all down here, too. Michigan, too. Yeah, it's so weird down here. I'm sitting out here and no bugs. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, no shit. An Indian just opened up that Molly's where I go and get those lunches. It's good too. No, nope, crazy. It was great rain and thunder and lightning last night. You know, I drove around the property today and I thought, man, this lightning had to fuck something up. And I drove around and it didn't. There was probably 20 good strikes through the night. I mean, bam, one of them made a glass fall off a shelf, but nothing. I mean, there's probably something messed up interior, like where you can't see it from the cleared areas. But I thought, my God, man, there's got to be some trees down or something. Nice breeze tonight. I don't know why. I did turn out to be fascinated with these forests around here. No shit. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I hope you get the rain. I hope you do. I've never had rain like that down here. I went and looked at the creek tonight. You know where I go over that bridge. It was all brown and muddy because there was so much water. So in the spring, I'll sign up for bees. You guys should get into beekeeping. It's really fun, man. It's fascinating to see how insects can do so much. Oh, I cuss a lot, Beth. Yeah, I got it up in Michigan. I'm gonna do that though. You know, I'm a lazy ass metal detector. You know, the good shit's about 18 inches, 2 feet underground. I'm just too lazy to dig that much. Actually, I've got the excavator back where there's a privy, and I dug about 3 feet deep with the bucket. And I didn't have my metal detector, but I was looking through that shit. And after about an hour, it's like, fuck this. This isn't that fun. Oh yeah, I've had bee suits. Yeah, sure have. Yeah, I better believe it. I'll tell you what'll happen if you don't wear a bee suit. I did this too. You know, I was into beekeeping pretty heavy for a while, but you get a couple of beehives. I set them up in Michigan. It didn't work out in Michigan. I'm guessing because I had such a low deck angle of the sun in the wintertime. I just didn't have a good place. But anyway, when the bees come out in the uh, when they're busy in the spring, you know, they're raising brood, they're out pollinating. That's exactly how the saying came, busy as a bee. They're so busy, they don't really have a big honey store yet. They don't have a bunch of babies. So they're so damn busy, they don't really seem that interested in like stinging you. So you take off the top, you pick up the frames, like, hey, everybody, look at this. These are my bees. I'm Mr., Jacques Cousteau of bees. You pull it out, and there's bees all over the goddamn place. They're flying around. You're showing them the frames of honey. And, they're not stinging me. I don't have a bee suit on or anything. Well, you can get away with that in the spring. But I'm telling you, I've had it happen in the later on as they have something to protect, like a lot of honey or a lot of babies, and that's not working. Now, they claim that bees are nearsighted, but I'll tell you, I've had those bees chase me when they started stinging me for 150 yards. So if they're nearsighted, how are they able to follow me that far in basically a sprint? So I learned through that I wear a bee suit all the time. And another thing, there's a slight variation on the venom. So you could still have anaphylactic shock if you just had a little different tweak in the venom with 50 bee stings. Oh, good, Penny. Yeah, and same with here. I ran over a bumblebee nest here about a month ago, and I'm glad I was in the tractor. There was a guy up in West Branch about 4 years ago that died from getting attacked by bumblebees. Now, they can sting you multiple times, but it could be, there are people that, didn't think they were allergic to them because they've been stung here and there throughout their life. But you get 50 bees, putting their stinger in you, and that's another story. Yeah, bees are fascinating. I think they are. They're not indigenous either. They're another import. I had said earlier that people, complain about non-indigenous species. The honeybee was not indigenous in the United States. It came from Italy. If it wasn't for commercial pollination, you wouldn't need them. There's a lot to learn about bees, but it's all easy and fun. And the notion that they draw this comb the way they do in the pitch dark is like amazing. And for all you women out there, it's basically a female-run operation. They were bumblebees, Beth. Bumblebees. Yeah. I thought of raising bumblebees, but they all die, other than the queen. They're actually better pollinators for some things. Honeybees are good for like watermelon, apple trees. But I've noticed before with friends of mine that they seem to struggle in blueberries. Their feet get caught up. I mean, I'm just surmising this. They seem pissed off. Where bumblebees will just fly through there like a Mack truck and pollinate the shit out of blueberries. People always wonder how you're going to determine the queen, the drone, and the worker bee. It's so easy, it's ridiculous. When you don't know shit and you look on a frame of honey, they all look alike to you. But when you pay a little bit of attention, if you even Google it tonight, you look at the different bees in a hive, they're so different looking. Once you know that, it's so easy. New beekeepers, they want to get the queen marked, which will like a little bit of paint on the back of her, so they can spot where the queen's at. Once you get a little experience, you don't need that anymore. It's just beginning beekeepers are worried about not finding the queen. Nah, it's easy. There's a million good books on beekeeping, Penny. Yeah, there really are. Well, here comes Mars. Yeah, you'd really enjoy it. If you checked in your area, there a lot of places have, seminars and colleges, that kind of thing. Oh, ground beef hornets. Oh, okay, then. Oh, cool, Penny. You don't like them, huh, Beth? Oh, they are not evil, Beth. They are not. Those are God's creations. Now, there's 7 acres across the road here where the guy told me I could build my house. I didn't really like it that much anyway, because Daisy likes him, and I don't want her crossing the road. But a pond consultant came in the other day and said there's not enough spring water there to do a pond. So he said, fuck it. No, they're not, Beth. They're God's creatures. I can't believe I'm living in Georgia, to be honest with you, working on heavy equipment. It just goes to show you don't know what's around the bend. I would have given you 10 to 1 odds a year ago. This would not be happening. No, they're not, Beth. No, they're not. No, they're not. And you know, the snakes have venom so they can survive, eat food and stuff. They give you and stuff. They're trying not to bite people. I haven't seen any snakes. You know, it's not like they're out crawling around in the clear. There's probably all over the damn place around here, but I haven't. Just the one timber rattler, and he had been run over, and we ran over it again to finish him off so he didn't suffer. Yeah. I'll show you how to keep bees, Beth. You got to have an open mind. Yeah, that's the thing is they look for water. The worst thing you can do when a bee's flying around you is swat them. Come on, Beth. I'll get you a bee suit. That beautiful moon. So great. No, I'm going to wear mine and you're going to wear yours. It's not going to be a man's bee suit either. It's going to be for women. You know, there's a rich guy that Marty knows that owns a bunch of car dealerships. And this goes to show you how you can be influenced politically. Marty's a big animal lover too, right? So he knows Marty buys this place and he knows it's good turkey hunting. Well, Marty and I have a really, no bullshit relationship, man. There's no being afraid to say things, any of that fucking bullshit. So he says to me, hey, this guy wants to do some turkey hunting spring. It's like, oh, really? This is one of these private financiers that, he gets money from sometimes. It's like, all right. I said, are you cool with that? He said, yeah. He said, I contacted a biologist through the state of Florida, and evidently turkeys only live like a year and a half to 2 years. and then they get eaten by shit. It's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. So I thought about it a little bit, researched it. Mortality rate is pretty high, but it's like for all like stuff, right? All wildlife. So waited about a week. I said, hey, you know what? It's like that turkey bullshit you told me about, man. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know, it's a very weak foundation. There's not much documentation to support it. And you just feel influenced by this guy that wants to hunt turkeys. I say, fuck him. Just make up some bullshit if you don't feel comfortable and tell him your wife like doesn't like hunting and, you know, give yourself a way out. But don't let that motherfucker come over here and shoot these turkeys. This is like a perfect place for them to just go out and whatever. Now, if they get taken out naturally, that's one thing, but that's different than a rich car dealership owner blowing their head off with a shotgun after sitting in a little thing that's camouflaged and waiting for them to walk in front. He didn't really say much, you know, like almost like disappointed that I brought it up. And then turkey season passed. I was down here for the whole time. And then he finally said to me, he said, you know, you're right. I'm not going to let anybody hunt turkeys here, which I was glad about. Hey, Drifter. Oh, black mamba. Yeah, right. Yep. We've got diamondback rattlers, timber rattlers, coral snakes. I think there's 5 poisonous snakes, copperheads, and something else down here. I've never seen any of them other than the one I told you we ran over with the truck. I'll tell you one thing, when you go to the hospital on a snake bite, it is one super expensive hospital visit. I'm not shitting you, man. Big time. You better have insurance or be broke. If you're on Medicaid, who cares, right? If you're not and you don't have insurance, it's like 150 to 180 grand. Do not get bit by a snake. I mean, I like all Mother Nature. I mean, they got here for a reason. They evolved. They're just, you know, they're not biting you because they don't like you. You know, it's a part of survival. I mean, I hope I don't get bit by one. But unless you're like in weird places, you're probably not gonna see them. Yeah, copperhead. Yeah, turkeys. You know, that's another thing. Beth, wild turkeys are not indigenous. They're not to the United States. They were imports. Beautiful birds. They look like dinosaurs. Yeah, timber rattler. Yeah. There's a yellow butterfly. I think it's a swallowtail that comes around here and drinks every day after I water the flowers. Such a beautiful butterfly. Really gorgeous insect. Yeah, timber rattler. Yeah, yep. I tell you, there's 2 versions down here of the turkey vulture. Man, what beautiful birds. I mean, people say they're ugly. I think they're beautiful. Anything that hasn't changed in 140 million years is pretty damn impressive. Possums in that list as well. There's 2 different kinds down here, and I just find them fascinating birds. So you got a lot of them, huh? Yeah, I'm not into snakes, but I don't think you should be killing them all when you see one. When I lived in Florida, there were diamondback rattlers and coral snakes. I never saw any of those, and pygmy rattlers. I had a neighbor get bit by a pygmy rattler on a plant she bought from Home Depot. No, it's a big deal. The correct anti-venom. That's exactly right. Yep. We got a lot of these ruby-throated hummingbirds down here. Whoever suggested that I change their sugar water every 2 days, thank you. That's exactly what I do. Oh, cool. Oh, come on, Beth. Beth, come on, babe. Gotta open your horizons. At least go neutral until you see another side of it. Yeah, I love birds. I love all birds. Every bird there is. Yep. It's fascinated by birds. Ubiquitous. They don't do any harm. They're just kind of there. Yeah, this is a moment of truth for me, honestly. I mean, I'm just sitting here, like, talking to you guys. And you guys been around for a while. Here I am in Georgia, living in Georgia. Just a mind blower, really. Do you guys know if anybody won that big Mega Millions? That 550 million? Yeah, isn't that though, Penny? Oh, not yet? I hope so. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? If I win that, man, you guys are going to have a bonus that you can't believe. I'd give it away. I really would. Yeah, right, Penny. Hey, Faye. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But the winters aren't shit up there anymore. I just needed like a. I do this a lot, about every 10 years, actually. I just need like a new change, even if it's not better. Yeah, it's true, Drifter. It's true, yeah. I'll tell you what else will kill you is ostriches. Yeah, big time. Yeah, I could always buy another place. I don't think I'll, when I leave a place, man, I'm done with it. Not in a negative way or it was a bad experience. It's just time to go. I mean, I fuck around down here. I do stuff, but I don't have to. But I just feel guilty just sitting around. And I like messing around with this shit. I know a Catholic priest one time that did a community drive around riding in a police car. And he quit being a priest and turned into a police officer. Sometimes you get thrown into stuff that didn't really interest you. Like me working on heavy equipment, it's like, I can barely sharpen a pencil. Here I am doing this shit. I just designed shield that goes in front of the windshield of the skid steer that you can weld on the front so you can use the mulching head at a higher level and not get impaled by a piece of wood that flies out at 100 miles an hour. I just can't believe that I'm doing this kind of shit. Good night, Beth. I hope you feel better. Hang in there, babe. I had it too. Takes a while. You have a good nighty night. Yeah, shit happens. It's true. Hey, Blue, how you doing? I knew you'd be getting up pretty soon. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure, Drifter. I don't know. I'd like to get this house built first. To be completely honest with you, I don't give a fuck about going back to West Branch. And I just keep delaying it. I dread it. I barely want to do it. You know how this shit is. It's like you have these things happen where you just have every reason in the world not to do it. Yeah, I will do it. Yeah, I'm down here in Georgia, D-Lo. Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah, come visit, Penny. Come visit. It wasn't really urban. It was pretty rural, D-Lo. Yeah, I'm gonna, Drifter. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Yep, that's right. You're right about that. Right, Penny. Yeah, you can come out to Georgia and party, Penny. Hey, what do you guys think of this? You know what I thought about too? It's just getting like, let's say, 20 acres as an example, and buying it off this guy that I know, and putting these cabins, and you could come to Atlanta. I could pick you up at the airport. I could drop you off. I could drop you off at a cabin, and you'd spend a week with no internet, no phone. I could cook you good dinners outside, nice campfires. You'd have a week of like total solitude, with no news, no internet. Do you think that would be something that would interest people? Yeah, that's a good question, Faye. That's a good question. I wasn't exactly the proper mental frame of mind. I've done it before. Yeah, it doesn't bother me that bad, Rondo, like you'd think. You know, Marty, the guy down here I'm living with, he's having a church moved over here, deconstructed and then rebuilt in the property. Wow, Drifter. Thank you. 630 million. I'll own every titty bar in the world. Oh, you think it'd be interesting for people? Hey, John. Yeah, peaceful getaway. You can always come down and visit, John. I have another bedroom. Yeah, you can come down here. You're gonna pay for it. I think you'd like it down here. If you want a place to get away, when I get this place built, you come down here. If you just want to read book, I'll tell you that. Here's what I can tell you. This is, let's say for an example, like me, if you got like attention deficit disorder or something like that, and any of my YouTube people that I've got to know, and they said, hey, can I come visit? I would pick you up in Atlanta. It's only 90 miles from here. I pick you up at the airport, drive you out here, and you could spend a week or two reading all your favorite books. No internet, no phone. I cook you killer meals, good shit outside, and you could just like do things that you wouldn't have done otherwise in where you're living now. How's that sound? Yeah, I would do it. I would do it, man. Not charge either. Free. I don't want to do like I'm not really into like money part because I've had my own struggles with certain mental health issues, and if people would find that attractive, I'd be honored to offer it to them. Yeah, you're right, Rhonda. Oh, cool, John. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but yeah, well, here's what it would do. It would allow you to come down here and read things that you just never seem to find the time for where you live now. Yeah, I think you'd like it, Blue. You could explore the area. You could do it. It's no problem. I mean, it's these are old towns that their better days are behind them. Yeah, that's a different take on a drifter. Yeah, I could do that too. But for the internet people, or for the people that I know through YouTube that weren't in a graduate program or trying to pass a big test, they could come down. I'm telling you, here's what I would say to you, and that is that you never know how you're going to respond to something. I was having my mental problems up in West Branch. Called this guy and said, "Hey, man, I'm not doing too good." He said, "Well, just come down here." So that's what I did, going on my 10th week. And it was hard at the beginning, but I think there's a big virtue in doing this, in being able to fund it for people. And I'm willing to do that because I think it gets you into something that you thought you'd never do. I mean, I'm not a mechanical guy, and here I am, working on heavy equipment. You know what I'm saying? It just took me out of what I thought was my comfort zone. Yeah, just come out here, relax. I mean, here's the thing, when you don't have anything else to do and you're staying down here and somebody's cooking you good meals and you're reading these books, you're feeling good because you just, for whatever reason, could not get it together to do this where you live now. I was the same way. It took me out of like my comfort zone and put me into something that I didn't think I'd be able to do very well at. Yeah, I got lucky, man. I sure did. I needed it too. I really did. Yeah, I got lucky. Yeah, I know the feeling, John. Yeah. And I tell people all the time too, like some of these women, you're never gonna meet a straighter guy than me. No way. I tell people all the time, man, uh, it couldn't get safer. I swear to God, man. Next to Jesus, man. If some woman wanted to come out here that was married, I'm not like that. I would just be feel really good that you could like get a break, do a bunch of shit that you thought you wouldn't have done otherwise because you have nothing else to do. Just do what I'm doing, sitting on a porch, watching Jupiter, somebody cooking for you, picked you up at the airport. It's not going to cost you anything. And just spend a week or 10 days of total isolation with nothing. And let me tell you, man, and I'm not, I will tell you this, it wasn't easy. There were a couple times I was able to get the hell out of here. Just come out, stay a week or two, whatever you want. Let you drown the heavy equipment, take you to some good places, pick a booze. Here's what I think it'll offer for you, and that is that, you're not always your best director at the direction you should go, me included. And then, like me with Marty, I mean, he's been a godsend to me, and like, I'd like to do it for other people. You come out here, it's safe, no fucking around, no expenses. You relax here. You read the stuff that you never found time to do when you were at home for whatever reason. Attention deficit disorder, distractions, too depressed, whatever. You'll find that you'll have so much free time here because everything's being done for you that the only thing left to do is some of the things that you just couldn't discipline yourself to do before you got here. Yeah, that's what I think. Yep. Seriously, man, no kidding. Yeah, we do. I tell people too, if your husband's jealous, bring him too. It's not like there's an ulterior motive. And I don't know this for sure because I haven't done it yet, but I think it would help you once you got back to where you were from. You could kind of do the same thing in a different kind of way. Look at that beautiful moon. It'd be so fun, man. I've got Zoloft, Trazodone, and Lexapro for anybody that wants to leave early. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Faye. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yep. Isn't that weird, Faye? Yeah, I tell people all the time, you couldn't be with a safer guy than me. Yeah, and when I say if your husband's jealous or your boyfriend or whatever, bring him too.
You never know, Penny. Oh, cool, Penny. This is great. Jupiter's going over the top. Moon, Mars too. Raccoons ate them, Blue. Good night, Faye. That a girl. You let her go. You let her sleep after that. Nighty night, Faye. Good, Penny. Oh, that sucks, Blue. Oh, wish him the best for me. Brim, bluegill, and bass, John. Yeah, I don't really fool with that. I mean, I fill the fish feeder up. That's about it. I don't fish. Yeah, it's not as far as you'd think, Blue. Maybe like 10 minutes. That's because you're going slow. Oh, did he? Oh, that's cool. I haven't talked to them in a long time. They're cool. Oh, good for them. They're a nice couple. Yeah, it is hard work. She's a school teacher. He's a college professor. Right, Penny. Yep. Well, it's nice out tonight. Beautiful here, Penny. I think it's like 74.
Look at that Jupiter all almost out of sight.
Oh, good, Blue. Oh, good for her, Blue. Well, Blue. Good night, Penny. Have a good day tomorrow. Oh, that's cool, Ron. Did you get him out of there? Well, you guys, I think I'm gonna go to bed now. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Appreciate you coming on tonight. It's fun. Beautiful night out here. Good night, Penny. Yeah, I don't like raccoons. Good night, Blue. Yeah, you sleep well as well. Yeah, yeah. Have a good day today, Blue. Goodbye, Penny. See you, Drifter. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I hope I do. Yeah, have a good day tomorrow, everybody. Bye, Drifter.